What's up guys, if you're planning to visit Lisbon city in Portugal, don't miss out on these viewpoints called Miradouros. You will be treated with stunning views, you see the city's vibrant rooftops. Here you can picture historic landmarks and beautiful perspectives of the lively city. These vistas are a must-see if you're in Lisbon. First we stop at the Miradouro da Senhora do Monte. This highest point in the area is located on a cemetery and provides a breathtaking panoramic view of the city. It's a climb of many steps to this amazing viewpoint. It can be crowded, lots of tuk-tuks arrive here with tourists. Such a nice place to be here. Soft music plays in the background. People behold the sunset and the splendid oversight of the city. You could sit here for hours under the big trees, away from the bustling streets. A couple of drink vendors sell coffee, tea, beers and soft drinks. If you want to skip to a particular place in this video, you can find a timetable with chapters in the description. In the far background is the 25th of April bridge. This bridge will regularly be part of the spectacular views at subsequent viewpoints. We have a perfect view of the castle of São Jorge, with the colored houses beneath it that make a perfect picture. On the left is the church of Our Lady Grace with the monastery. In Portuguese, Igreja da Graça and Convento da Graça. The Miradouro that you see under these trees is our next stop. We were so lucky with the weather and the lightning. This is filmed in April this year and the temperature was around 24 degrees Celsius at noon. Without thick clothes you have such an awesome view and clear vision. On our way to the next point we walk in the street Largo da Graça, where we pass along the monastery and the church of Our Lady of Grace. The building with the blue facade has a couple of restaurants, and a bit later in the video you will see that they opened their terraces on this side of the street. Between the garden Jardim da Graça and the church Igreja da Graça, we reach the Esplanada da Graça, where we have our second viewpoint, Miradouro da Graça. We notice a charming outdoor cafe. The terrace gives outlook over the city. It's a great place to relax near the balustrade. The beautiful plaza with a stunning view of the church's front and the trees are a calm setting to sit back and spend time with friends and family. The chairs under the trees welcome you so you can enjoy the surroundings and take a break here. Looking north, we can see our previous vista. The greenery in contrast with the colorful houses make a great balance in the picture. south side we see the Castello de Sao Jorge. The many colors of the city's houses make it a wonderful painting to behold. On our way to the next viewpoint we pass cafes and terraces. The streets are old and there is usually a tram track. Tuk-tuks do good business here. They are always present in the street scene. Some facades look untidy and unkempt. This is apparently normal in big cities. We are not so used to that. We have arrived at a big plaza that gives scenic views of the Tagus River, with the buildings near the river bank, and the square of the statue of Saint Vicente. Here you also see the beautiful church of Santa Luzia in the scenery. This is a vivid area in the old town. There are many terraces with food and drinks. This is definitely one of the most beautiful stops of the city sightseeing trams. The views around are all magnificent. Sit back and have a drink here. Cherish this moment. Near the statue of Saint Vicente is a woman dancing on fandango music. This parking lot is only for tuk-tuks. These tourist cars and scooters drive from one interesting place to the other, and the chauffeur gives some information about the city's historic buildings, plazas and statues. The price for a tuk-tuk can be €60 per hour and €350 for a full day of 6 hours with a guide. The people are in the mood. The atmosphere is relieved and lively. The environment is really beautiful and people are taking pictures and selfies of the dancing woman with the buildings in the background. We're standing now on the viewpoint of Portas do Sol and we get a nice impression of churches, buildings and the Tagus River. Igreja de São Vicente de Fora is an amazing monument rich in history and art. It gives splendid panoramic views on the upper platform. It is €8 entry. The Pantheao Nacional, also named the Church of Santa Engracia, is a 17th century very impressive building with a great terrace in front of it. Entry is also €8. And then we have also the charming church Igreja de São Estevão. Looking towards the Tagus River, you see the church of São Miguel. Right behind the church of Santa Luzia, you have the Miradouro de Santa Luzia, a delightful small park with the name Praça Júlio de Castilho, a charming garden with beautiful plants. This location in the Alfama is ideal to meet with friends. It's a romantic place. Songs are playing in the background. The church has beautiful decorations with blue painted tiles. People gather at these miradouros around sunset. It can be crowded with a peaceful atmosphere, but late in the evening, beware of pickpockets. The views are more or less the same as our previous viewpoint. On our our way to the castle, we passed in the street with the Urban Brain installation Street Art. From here it's about 3 minutes to the castle. We walk to the courtyard of the Palazzo dos Condes de Belmonte, which will lead us to the Arco do Castelo. From here it's 100 meters to the ticket shop. The castle opens at 9 am until 6 pm. Entry is €15. When you enter the castle, you come in a large courtyard with trees, plants and flowers. There is plenty of room here to choose a lookout. A quiet place in the shade with the sounds of birds. It is so pleasant to stay here with great distant views. An ideal place to have a chat in peace and tranquility. I can hardly tell you how blissful it is to stroll here. Now and then you will hear some peacocks. These big fantastic birds suddenly come walking onto the property from behind the trees. The 25th of April bridge is notable in the cityscape of Lisbon. It's a more than 2 km long suspension bridge in the style of the Golden Gate Bridge in California. It connects Lisbon with Almada. It's an iconic structure and offers an unforgettable experience whether you cross it by car or train. The journey is filled with entertaining views. Praça do Comércio is a splendid square near the water with a remarkable arch and statue, surrounded by stunning buildings with terraces and shops. Brilliant architecture all around, with views across the river. A ticket for the Arco da Rua Augusta is €5. When you cross the 25th of April bridge, you arrive near the Santuario de Cristo Rei, a fantastic statue of Lord Christ on a tower. You can go to the top for the most panoramic view of Lisbon. If there is a queue, it will take a while to get to the elevator. The fascinating Carmo convent is a monastery, now Museu Arqueológico do Carmo, the ruins of a Gothic church destroyed by an earthquake in 1755, with an impressive roofless nave and museum. It's a peaceful place in the busy city. Interesting ruined building with Gothic arches, open from 9 am till 6 pm. Earlier in this video we looked at the church Igreja de São Vicente de Fora. It's a beautiful old monastery with church. It has more than 20-kilometer corridors and they are tiled with various Bible scenes. Very interesting history. It also holds the remains of the Portuguese royal family and its roof is open to visit. It's an outstanding feeling to stand here on the castle towers. If you have walked to different places in Lisbon Old City the day before, it's amusing to check the places out from the castle towers. From the castle towers you can see the viewpoints where you have been standing before. The vision was so good that day. We had perfect weather for panoramic views. Do you recognize Miradouro da Senhora do Monte with the chapel of Our Lady of the Mountain? And do you remember our second stop at Miradouro da Graça with the church Igreja da Graça and its monastery? The site is really gorgeous. The greenery of the trees in balance with the white church and the colored houses is awesome. We get also a pretty look at the building with the blue facade on the right. See how the angle of the picture changes if we stand on a different tower. The castle has 11 towers, but not all towers are open to the public. The distance to the Church of Our Lady of Grace is about 250 meters. The view is impeccable beautiful with the houses built against the slope. Our following meeting is at the Monument of the Discoveries. It's a 1940 statue in honor of Henry the Navigator and the Portuguese who discovered the sea routes. Go inside for tickets to the top platform. An elevator brings you 56 meter high where you have spectacular views of the area. We have a nice perspective of the 25th of April bridge, now seen from another angle. A look to the west gives us great vision of the Tower of Belém. This tower is also on our list and will be the next stop. You get definitely the best views of the Mosteiro de Jerónimo. The whole site is visible from our location. You have a complete overview of the monastery and the church. For a visit to this amazing convent, you have to expect a lot of waiting time. Even if you get there from 9 AM, the line is already long and the buses arrive with priority. Entire buses have priority. This is clearly partnership. 1 hour waiting in the line and 15 minutes visiting time. The monastery is breathtakingly beautiful. The architectural construction is very unique. The detail in the columns and vaults is fantastic. We did not visit the church because of the waiting times and priority arrangements. Another great viewpoint is on the Torre de Belém. This is a medieval fortified tower on an island in the Tagus River, with lovely views of the estuary from the roof terrace. If you plan to visit, be prepared to stand and wait in the sun. The line can be long. The architecture of the tower and the turrets is very special. The unique experience on the roof with views of the river is wonderful. This is an iconic symbol of Portugal's age of discovery, dating back to the 16th century. This fortress played an essential role in maritime exploration. Our next viewpoint is Miradouro de São Pedro de Alcântara. If you are strolling through Lisbon and you have done already a lot of monuments, then this place is so good for a break. Relax under the trees and enjoy the magnificent views of the east side of Lisbon. The tram stops right before this little green park. A fountain stands in the middle where you can also sit and relax. At our surprise, a man was blowing soap bubbles, which led to the pure enjoyment for the little ones. This two-level viewpoint has a unique atmosphere and calming vibe. A restaurant is nearby. From this point you have a stunning view of Lisbon. There is a funicular next to this place to help you get up the slope if you don't want to take the stairs. We get another fantastic view of the castle, and if we zoom in a little bit more to the right, then we see this old church with the name Sé de Lisboa, the Lisbon Cathedral. Sé de Lisboa is a very old cathedral dating back to 1147, after Lisbon was liberated from the Moors. It's also the oldest church in Lisbon that survived the earthquake from 1755. A visit inside the church and its museum costs €5. It's a place of enormous historical and architectural value. Our last viewpoint is the observation deck in Park Eduardo 7, but that's not the end of this video. After this viewpoint we share some interesting locations that are on every top 10 list of Lisbon city, so stay tuned and don't miss on these nice locations. Miradouro Parque Eduardo 7 is a beautiful place and a must-see in Lisbon. According to our guide, it is an old quarry with minor remains. This view takes you back in time to discover the history of Lisbon. If you take the time to stroll in Lisbon Old Town, the Alfama district, you will often see these old houses with facades finished with colorful tiles. Some of these are very old and they have beautiful balconies equipped with balustrades. In the street Cruz de Santa Helena, you will see many of these houses with cafes and pizzerias. In the street Campo de Santa Claro you have this painted wall with artworks, with the Park Boto Machado garden on top of it. We spoke already about this church, Igreja de São Vicente de Fora. A place without mass tourism, quiet and beautiful inside. It's a gorgeous monument rich in history and art. €8 entry to the chambers and halls of the convent and the roof terrace. On the left side is a tiny garden from which you have a nice view of the church. The place is very calm. Another photo stop is this interesting arch near the São Vicente de Fora church and near the famous Lisbon flea market. In the Boto Machado garden you can take a break from your walk and enjoy the stunning views of the Pantheao Nacional. We talked already earlier in this video about this stunning church, also named Church of Santa Engracia. Let's behold some more colored houses with nice balconies. A lot of these buildings have beautiful tiles on the facades. You will see this frequently throughout your trajectory in Lisbon. My favorite facade is this one near the Castle of St. George. It's very unique with the drawings on the wall. In front of the Hieronymus Monastery and Church there is a large park with the name Praça do Império, and it has a wonderful garden where you can stroll around enjoying the nice trees and plants with a wonderful view of the monastery in the background. The trees make a nice contrast with the white walls of this building, giving it a great image for photos and filming. Walking in Pink Street is pure joy and excitement. I wouldn't say Pink Street is a must-see in Lisbon City, but if you are in the area, I can recommend you to pay a visit. There is a festive atmosphere, the colorful umbrellas are attractive for a nice photo or selfie in this joyful place in the city. It also has its charms to step under it. The cafes invite you to eat or drink something, and it's especially busy in the evenings. Standing on the main square of Lisbon City Hall, the Praça do Município, we see of course the Lisbon City Hall and the Money Museum. And on the other side of the square, we see the Court of Appeal of Lisbon. This statue on the Louis Plaza is located in a nice chill park that offers plenty of nice spots to relax in the shade, or even commercial places for foods and drinks, where you can buy various items nearby and take them to picnic with friends. A bronze statue cast in Rome, inaugurated in 1884, about a leading soldier and statesman, officer and secretary of the Navy, a key figure in the development of education in the 19th century. Green Street has some plants on the sides and garland decoration. You find small restaurants. We expected more of this attraction, but it is a good location to quietly hide from the sun on a hot day. There is an African restaurant that has great dishes with ambient music, and also a place with Thai food with the name Roots Tapas Bar. While the plane was descending towards the airport, we had a glimpse over the aqueduct that was built in the first half of the 18th century. We end this video with a view on the Figueira Plaza with the statue of King John I seen from the castle walls. I hope you found this video somehow interesting. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful day.